It's Week 16 of the 2031 season, and this one features the Ravens' sure-handed wide receiver. He's gonna be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Ravens and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple of years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense...
All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the 1 interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it. And if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He gets this complete to his rookie 4th-round pick. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He will have a Steelers first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Motion man is the tight end going right. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark. But he is short. They've held them on 4th down.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
We have the luxury each week, Mike, of sitting down with these players and really getting a behind-the-scenes look at what makes them so good and what makes them tick. And, man, wouldn't it be nice to be able to bring the fan kind of behind the curtain and let them see for themselves what we see firsthand? And, man, it would only take a couple minutes for you to realize just what kind of leader this guy is. You would never know he threw 3 touchdowns last week. All he wanted to talk about was the costly interception and the couple plays he left out there. That's why they rally around him. The better he plays, the better the team plays. They need more consistent performances from him to get the rest of this team to do their part.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll motion a tight end right. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and 9. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the veteran Bradley Pinion to punt it away. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some...
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again, and he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Watkins motioning over. 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that is incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
This returnable from inside his own 40. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Ravens offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Drive will start on the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Watkins motioning over. Jackson now on 2nd down.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Steelers offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest. And they'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Here's Jackson. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. To the air now on 1st and 10. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now, faking the give. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, There's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Ravens offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we take a look at league leaders in receiving touchdowns by the running backs, he's right up there among the best in the league. A first down throw for Jack. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and to walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
This will be returnable from his own 15. The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He works free. Right side. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 70 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. We talk about a quarterback who can hurt you both ways. That is the one way defenses just can't stop him. All that speed, taking it the distance.
You're exactly right, Mike. This is just one of the elements of the quarterback position that is just so hard for defenses to account for. When they get themselves in space, they in essence turn into a running back. And once they get out in front, there's no catching it.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit, 6 points. The touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. First and 10. Lamar going to work from the pistol. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. Let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
To throw is Jackson. And he's got this one complete to Watkins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Jackson. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll stick with him again. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Play action now. Jackson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Now a give on the ground. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
They'll stay on the ground, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now this time they'll look to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. High throw, but it's reeled in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
What a great job in this game by the defensive coordinator, continuing to put his players in position to succeed. And boy, have they taken advantage of it. But on the other side, they got to do something different. They got to bring in some extra blockers. They got to change up and go max protection. They have to give their quarterback a little bit of time, or else they've got no shot.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st, so it'll bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Ravens offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Watkins motioning over. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. That's taken at about the 14. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Second down and 8. They'll run it on the inside handoff. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the 1st half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. Taking off. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. So the ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll air this one out for Watkins. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Colts who are on top as they've hit halftime. Anthony Richardson, a touchdown pass in that 1st half. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. The Jets looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. The Chiefs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the 2nd half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
2nd down, Jackson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike,
and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They bring the tight end in motion. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. There's that man again. Another catch. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Here's a designed run. He will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line. Tight end going in motion here. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's in! Touchdown Steelers! It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. Second and a yard. From the gun, here's a handoff. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at third down. Ravens sending the punt team out there. And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. He's got it! And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross mid.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Let's go. Reno.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. 14 yards on the pickup there. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at third down. He'll try to get this one on the ground. He will have a Steelers first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Ravens' 6-yard line.
Now a give up the middle, and he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
At the 5-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a game. They'll run on 2nd down. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. 3rd down and 9. Jackson now. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now a run on 1st down. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. Now faking the give. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. A handoff as they try to run it here. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
The Ravens offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. A tight end in motion now. On play action, here's Jackson. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Jackson up top again. He's going to look for the home run ball.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Steelers. Touchdown number 3 for him in the game. He's up to 20 on the season. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Steelers stretch things out even further. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They'll send a tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Jackson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. It is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
He will have the conversion and more. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. In motion comes Andrews. To the air one more time with Jackson. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Jackson. He's going to run it.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That one incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Here's a 3rd down and 4. One of the tight ends motions right. 3rd and short. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession. But after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
The Steelers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The victories have been few and far between this year, but they're closing in on a W here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That one into the hands of Atwell. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's a Steeler first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. Here comes the jet sweep. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
They'll send White in motion. On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing Jackson. And he's got this one complete to Watkins. 22 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, Baltimore. Now, Jackson. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. That's taken in. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.